Welcome back, guys, to Kerbal Space Explosion. Look at this thing. Look at Computron. He looks like a skeleton, like we've killed him. Like we've stripped him of all his flesh, and all that's left are the bones. It's a little bit depressing, but exciting, because we've come to Jool with 5 ships, and we've landed 4 of them on the first 4 moons of Jool. First thing we did was we landed Scattershot on Tylo. Then we landed Nose Cone on Vol. Then we landed, we landed Strafe on Lathe. Try to say that, Strafe on Lathe. Then, after that, we landed Afterburner on Bop. And today, we're going to land Lightspeed on Paul, the last of the moons. It's farthest out, but the inclination of its orbit is not as erratic as Paul, as you can see there. The brown one is the one we did last time. We're doing this one today. It's a little bit off. Let's see, it's got a descending node of negative 4.2 degrees. But the ship we'll be using, Lightspeed, has a lot of delta V. So we should be able to correct our inclination and then get into an encounter. It's another small moon. It has a gravity of, let's see if I can see, a gravity of 0.038, the lightest in the system, so it's going to have an even smaller sphere of influence than Bop. But it's less wonky, it's less uneven. Let's go ahead and undock. Undock you. And undock you. This ship, actually, now that I think about it, I just thought about this. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to switch over, and then we want to RT, and then we want to do this button. No, this button. Go this way. Man, I'm just fumbling all the buttons today. Okay, now let me switch back. Let's turn off R, and we're going to be in the sunlight most of the time, so we can leave the SAS on with a few of the solar panels out. Oh, let's do this. How about this? How about this move? Retract you. And retract you. And then, once they're all in, we can hit the 1 button. I've set them to an action group. Plow. Look at that. Now, these guys should be set to an action group too, but they didn't move for whatever reason. But I'll let that slide. This little, the last remains of Scattershot, who's going to be hanging out here. There's no guys left, but we do have Probe Core. So we can still manipulate this ship. This is kind of like, I may reuse this ship because it worked really well if we want to do future missions with something like this to send multiple ships somewhere. I may reuse this because it worked extraordinarily well. Okay, but anyway, back to Lightspeed. So what I was going to say, what I thought of, Nose Cone, who we sent to Vol here, has the least efficient ship. He doesn't have any nuclear engines. He's got that giant lifter engine. I forget what it's called. The second most powerful engine in the game. So I'm worried about him running out of power, and we might need to send a rescue ship to get him. I was thinking about using Afterburner, the motorcycle, but I think it may be better to use this guy, Nose Cone. Now this command module here can only hold 1 person. And Merlong is in there right now. He's the newbie. This is his maiden voyage. We've decided to bring him out to Jool on his first trip. Pretty good for him. But this thing has a probe core right there. Because if you notice, the orientation of this command pod is at 90 degrees to the direction that the ship is facing. So in order to fix your nav ball, I decided to put this here. See how that's swapped around? So now we're actually facing the correct direction, and it's easier to navigate. So what we could do is drop Merlong in here after we're done with Paul and send Lightspeed out to pick up the guy piloting Afterburner. We could totally do that. So I think we're going to be okay. I'm not worried about rescue missions now. All right, so back to business. We're going to Paul, set his target. And first thing I want to do, let's just go ahead and change our inclination. We've got lots of delta V, shouldn't be a problem. We need to raise it, so let's go this way. 0.4. Did I already go? I think I already, yeah, I went past it. And down some more. 9. Okay, perfect. Let's find where that is. This ship should be balanced no matter how much fuel we have in it. It's easily the simplest, and it's also the lightest. The shape was the simplest to try to replicate of all the Technobots because it's just a car. I didn't quite get all the curves that the car has, but I came close. Where's our little marker? Hello, marker. Hello. Hello. Somewhere around here. There it is. Found it. Found it. Okay, so we're gonna come here. Oh, I should have known it was at the 90. One of these days, I'll clue in to the direction we need to go, and maybe I should do some challenges trying to fly to places without maneuver nodes to improve my skills. Maybe that's something I should do. One of the things to improve upon. All right, here we come. 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. We have a delta V 142 meters per second. That should be no problem. We may have to activate the engines. I may have deactivated them while we were in transit to Jool. So they weren't firing while we were... Yeah, I did have to deactivate them. So that they weren't firing while we were trying to come to Jool and throwing us off balance. Okay, there we go, reactivated. And we've got a burn of 40 seconds. We'll just go ahead and do the whole thing now. It's not a big deal. We're in a big enough orbit that I think it'll be fine. Alright, there that goes. Whoa, there's Computron. Bye-bye, Computron. We'll see you soon, buddy. But not too soon. Take it easy. 13 seconds left in our burn. Alright, let's turn some lights on. Yes! Oh, that's the ticket. That's what we needed. That's what we needed for this mission. Some stylish lights. And follow that around. Okay, good. All the way down to 0.2. Man, yeah. Okay. So now we ended up with a ascending-descending node that is too small to be worth calculating. Let's see if we get a maneuver. Oh my gosh, look at that. First try. Nailed it. Boink. And that's a periapsis of 343,000 meters. And I'll take that because I'm going to, without looking it up. Actually, we could look it up. Let's look at the sphere of influence. 1,000 kilometers. You have to get within 1,000 kilometers. So I guess that's not that bad. Let's compare that to Bop. Bop. 1,200 kilometers. Right. Okay, let's switch back to you. Oh, look at you. Part count, 147. Total mass. Oh, I didn't know you could do that from this screen. I never thought about using this to keep track of your part count and your mass. We could have been keeping track of how many parts we lost in Computron. Interesting. Oh, I should have been doing that. Oh, well. Situation, orbiting. Velocity, altitude. Crew, Murlong, courage and stupidity. Oh, we're learning new things about the game. Almost 100 episodes in. Okay. So, lights off for now. And we'll move over here to the blue guy. And then time accelerate a measly 1 minute 33. We're going to have so much fuel in this thing, we may not even have to refuel it to go pick up Noscone. Down the line. Alright. Speedy, speedy, speedy. Keep an eye on it. Don't get distracted. Don't get sidetracked talking. Don't fly right past it. 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay. Slow down that time acceleration. And come down to about 45 seconds. And then we will start burning for the future. There we go. Go! All right. Yes! I'm on top of it today. This is the last 1 out of 5. Everything is going exactly to plan. Which kind of blows my mind. I did not expect that. I thought at least something would go wrong. And nothing has. It's amazing. The only real challenge, if we can get all 5 of these guys back to Kerbal after going to each of the 5 moons in one mission, I think the only real challenge remaining would be to rescue Buzz from Eve and to escape from Eve's atmosphere and get into orbit and then back to Kerbal. I think that would be an achievement to do, and still haven't messed around with meteors. I actually, every once in a while, I went back and I looked at my very early videos, like my first 5 or so, because I was digging through some of my very original rocket designs, and I was looking at them and I was like, oh my gosh, these are terrible. What were you thinking? Like, I didn't really even know the basic logic that the rocket connections use, that you couldn't connect like a rocket part to do 2 different parts of your ship when you put it on. It would only connect to one part. Things like that. I was looking at the early stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, I was such a newbie. Okay, here we go. We're almost done. Coming down. There we go. Good enough. Did we, oh, okay, not good enough. There we go. 300 meters per second. Turn off SES so it doesn't fiddle with our orbit anymore. And then we've got... let's make sure we're getting on the right one. We want to be on the blue line. Not the purple line. The purple line... There, we'll get the blue line out over there. And then move it to about there. 17 days as opposed to 45 days. That's a important distinction. And then we can whip around. Let's see. Do I have solar panels on this guy? Oh, I do. I have the small ones. Let's extend that and turn the lights on. Let's just pay attention to our electrical charge as we whip around here. Yeah, we are maintaining electrical charge despite having our lights on. Awesome. Okay, 17 days and counting. Here we come, Paul. We're coming for you. And Paul's gravity is going to be even lighter, so this thing is going to bounce around even more than Afterburner did. I wanted to do some driving and, like, do some sweet jumps off of some hills. We can probably still do that, but it's going to be really floaty. And probably just driving up the hill will probably bounce off the surface and whatnot. 9 days left. Everything's rotating nicely. I'm getting that pop in, like, right when I rotate through a certain section of the screen. 3 days. Flying out around Jool. 1 hour. Here we go. Okay, we're getting close. Good. I had a little bit of room to wiggle. I flew right past our maneuver node, but that's fine. This is what we really wanted to be finicky about. I don't want the Kraken striking as we switch over. 5 times. We can probably manage 5 times. And there it is. There's Paul. And we will speed up until we get to the periapsis. I don't think this burn will take very long. Okay, that's probably good right there. Let's take a look. There she be. There she blows. Okay, we can turn SAS back on. And rotate around. There we go. Perfect. And burn retrograde. Let's see how long this takes. Shouldn't take that long. I hope. But we have plenty of fuel. I hope. Let's see, how much have we used? Maybe about 1/6 of our total fuel. So maybe we will have to refuel if we go after nose cone. Looks like that's the case. But that's fine. Wow! Look at this moon. This moon is crazy. The previews did not do it justice. The surface and the colors and the texture. This is the craziest looking moon I've ever landed on. And it's extremely mountainous. We are definitely gonna do some sweet jumps on these hills. Oh my gosh. Let me turn the UI back on. We're going 142 meters per second. Oh my gosh, let's do like an action shot. How about we do like this, and then we'll accelerate. Yes! Just for funsies. But the gravity's very low. Slowing down shouldn't be hard. Even if we don't slow down, we could probably just litho brake by bouncing off things. Actually, you can't do that, can you? No. Only works in an atmosphere, I think, in this game. But I'm not really concerned about it too much. We can still go up to 5 times. It probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea to slow down a little bit. Now that I think about it. Let's slow down. Let's just gauge our deceleration capabilities here. Okay, so not instantaneous. We cannot stop instantaneously. We are not nose cone. We don't have a super powerful engine on the back. We're built for efficiency. But we can still slow down in a reasonable amount of time. So let's get down to about 50 and then we'll continue. Actually, that's probably good right there. This moon is redonk. Look at this mountain. That is the most jagged thing I've seen that isn't on Kerbal itself. I don't think any other planetary body besides Kerbal has jagged mountains like this. Not that I can remember off the top of my head anyway. Look at the surface. Up close. I mean, we looked at the preview from the Space Center. But that does not do this surface justice. Okay, and we're getting... Can I see... Oh, we can see ground scatter. That means we're getting close. So let's go ahead and start slowing down more, and let's deploy the gear. So when I did a test on this stuff, this joint right here was extremely weak and wobbly, and I did not remember to reinforce it with struts. But hopefully the gravity here is so light that I don't think it's going to matter. Okay, now I was not paying attention, and we... Wow, look at how many rocks there are! This is crazy! This is crazy! You know, supposedly, Squad, the developers of Kerbal Space Program, have it in their brain, eventually, in one of the future updates, to add another gas giant to the system, kind of like a Saturn. If Jool is sort of an analog to Jupiter, then they're probably going to add something like a Saturn equivalent. Hopefully with rings, that would be cool. I don't think it's going to be in 0.24. 0.24 is going to be the sort of the quest update where you can take commissions and get kind of like a currency, more or less. Let's slow down. And let's see how this works. Look at these rocks. They're huge. Oh my gosh, this is dramatic. Bounce! Perfect! Oh, look how wobbly that got. And let's put those away. No! Oh god. Don't break my engines. Perfect! Bouncy, bouncy. Oh my gosh. Look at the shock-absorbing possibilities on this thing. And the wheels won't turn if they're not touching the ground. I think that's how it works. Maybe that's why the big ones don't work if they're not at 90-degree angles to the ground, because they don't detect that they're actually touching the ground. They're still not moving. If we settle enough, will they move? I didn't disable them, did I? No? They're not moving. It has to be. Let's turn the brakes on and off again. Have you tried turning it... Oh, that worked. Have you tried turning it on and off again? That definitely worked. I feel like such a pimp right now. We need some disco music in here. Look at this pimp mobile just floating over the surface. It's awesome. These rocks are so cool. This is the, I would say this is the coolest thing I've seen in Kerbal Space Program. The most unexpected. I did not expect this moon to be this awesome. But here we are. Wow. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's brake. Let's stop. Oh, gosh. That's a dramatic brake. Go forward. Slow down. Holy cow. I want to be kind of like right here. Right next to that rock. And we have well over half of our tank left, so I'm not too worried about using a little bit of fuel like this. Okay, let's stop now. Wow, look at that reaction. You lock the brakes and the whole thing flips out. Okay, now stop. Stop there. Turn off the lights. Yeah, let's leave them on. Why not? Okay, Merlong, you get to EVA. This is his first mission. What a punk. Okay, let go. This is your first mission, and you get to fly around this. Most people's first mission, they don't even get to go to Minmus or the moon. They have to go into orbit or fail to get into orbit. But you get to go to Paul. You jerk. Okay, where's the light, the sun? Let's find it so that we can be in the light. There's Jool. Maybe it's directly, I think it's directly above us. So there is no good light to be had. No. Okay. Well, let's at least get a good angle. So fly over to the other side of the car. And let's get some downforce. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Oh, you stuck the landing. 10 out of 10. Take a surface sample. As you shovel the contents into a container, you can't help but feel you'll be allergic to whatever it is. 360. An EVA report. Everywhere you look, it appears the planet is sharp. You don't think you want to sit down or fall on anything. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. And then let's get the one... This one? Oh, I guess that would be an overwriting. Okay, fine. I thought you used to be able to do that. Take one on the surface and then another one in the air above the surface, but oh well. Not a big deal. Let's plant the flag. Merlong. Plant your flag. Alright, here we go. Paul landing. Merlong's triumph. Pow! Alright. So, this is fantastic. We landed on all 5 of Jool's moons. Everything went exactly as planned. Somehow. And we still have more to do. We're going to do some exploration of the areas. On this one, we're going to do some sweet jumps. On a few of the others, we'll go try to look for Easter eggs. And then we all have to get back to Computron. And then we have to get back to Kerbal. So we still have quite a few things to do. We're not done yet. Hope you guys enjoyed the videos. We'll see you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.